Right, that is a quick summary and things that we have to do, right? So we're gonna start from, we're going to my older years. Let's start here. Right, you might need to remember some, anyway, I like know those, right, where you have to remember how to do the binomial. Right, let's start here, 2012. Four part B. 2012, number four part B, right? Four part B. Ready? Finish? B part four. Four part B. All. Everything you do it. Now choose and finish, we start. Right, pay attention to it. Right, I'm gonna give you the tell you how what? Normal, right? With mean and variance. Write it down, then find the problems they're asking for. What's the first thing we have to do in questions like this? Better? Standardize, right?
So I don't so no, you cover the no. How by example, yes. Again,
All right, so I want to start to break it up a little bit, right? Online, I will turn on the camera just now. I just want to get, in fact, no, I have the info. So I can take it off.
yeah.
I'll put it back in a little while, right? So this is, shucks, I changed the year. What year was that? 2012, number 4. Right. So what they told us here. So they told us in part B that, right, X follows a normal distribution with a mean 630 and standard deviation 14.5. So the variance is 14.5 squared. Part 1, they want us to calculate the probability chosen at random will have a weight, probability, a weight greater than 650 grams. So we know we can get that on the table. So the first thing we do is standardize. So that will be the probability of Z is more than or equal to 650 minus 630 over 14.5. That'll give us the probability of Z is more than or equal to. What's this? Huh? When you simplify this, what again? 1.379. There's a more than, right? There's a more than, so that's the region here. So you're going to read off 1 minus 5 of 1.379. What's the final answer? 1 minus 1. 0.0839. 1 minus, right? Any questions online? Part 2. Part 2. 20% of cabbages reaped from a certain crop was classified as large. Right? So they said 20% was classified as large. So they gave it the percentage, right? What's the weight that these cabbages must exceed to be classified as large? So the probability of X is greater than large, whatever large is, upper L, right? Is equal to 0.2. That's okay? Or you could do it the other way around. Less than or equal to L is 0.8. Anyone you want. Could work, right? But which one you want to do? This one? Right. Yeah. So first thing we're gonna do is what? Standardize. But before we standardize, let's make sure that we know the sign of if it's positive or negative. Right? So you want to get a more than, and it's 0.2. So once it's bigger than 0.5, it's on the right side. So we got to go. Right? We know it's positive. So we standardize in more than or equal to L minus 630 all over 14.5. Right? Z is more than or equal to this, is equal to 0.2. Right? What's the next step? Right? So you would say L minus 630 all over 14.5 is equal to what? Where's blue when you reach here? And where's blue when you reach right here? Right. So technically, remember, phi of this is equal to 1 minus 0.2. Right? Phi of this value here. Right? Because remember, it was more than, right? So you have to go to your calculator. Sorry. And then I need to show you how to do the calculator. Remember how to check back that, right? And you go into your table and find phi inverse 0.8. Right? You can put this in the calculator and get the value. I just can't remember which normal distribution you have to use. So go to your table, find phi inverse 0.8, and you will get L minus 630 over 40.5 is that value. How much is that? 0.84. Right?
Yeah, I'm coming soon. So it was good something like you know up the business. That's the child. So it's like she said, but well, going on. Yeah. Oh, everybody. Yeah.
So it wasn't done?
I don't know.
So when all the cross multiply, work it out. L was what? L was what? So they come here and say, well, sir, let me get the question. How much?
642.20. Election.
Point 2-1, right? Right, hurry up, do the next two parts. No, I went ahead and I did it like that. So remember, I found one minus here because it's to get the value.
Yeah.
To get the value in correspondence.
And then jump on the next second.
Oh,
I got away with that.
Is that correct? Still work out. 1 minus phi of this is 0.2. Right? And then I make this subject formula. So remember, let's just say this was 1.2. Right? When you find phi of 1.2 to get this value here, 1 minus. So 1 minus phi of this is 0.2. And then when you move across this and you move across the point, you end up with the same thing. Right? So this value here corresponds to 0.8. Right? This value corresponds to 0.8. Yeah. Okay, so you take the other 1 minus it. Oh yeah. You all done? Yeah. Right, come on the board with the red one. Since say you finish. I mean, not red one, McHale.
No, I'm sorry.
Now when I say you finish. Calculated probability that a cabbage weighs between 6, 10, and 250. Simple, right? Just plug it in the formula and work it out. That part 4 is easy maths. Right, time up. Well done. The last part as well, huh?
I give you from what? I think it's going for
Eight. There you go. Come, Michael.
So you want the box cereal? I know.
Right, so um part three, probability between 610 x and 650. So we're standardizing 610 minus 630 all over 40.5. 650 minus 630 over 14.5. How much is that? How much? Minus 1.38. And here is 1.38. Right? So you can work it out. If I'm not mistaken, the formula is 2 phi of a minus 1. Yeah? Sorry, I shouldn't have put 1.3. How much is that? How much? 0.824. That's it. Nice. And last part 4, Mikhail. I do part 4. Right? So a supermarket will buy cabbages, which are between 610 and 650. Right? The farmer has 25% determine the number of cabbages that the farmer can expect to sell. Multiply
65 by
0.8324. How much you got? I was write the exact value first, right?
4.106.
So that's approximately. All right, let's go again. This one is 2013. Online it will be nice, really nice. If it can sound like a little answer.
So, make your next question, sir.
Who?
Make your shot, your next question.
2013 number 4, we'll be doing B and C. 13, B and C.
That's good.
Try that in. Part B as well. You want me to graph too? 13. You know, question there.
Yes.
Okay, do that. I'm staying on that question, but
This is gonna.
that message that I'm still staying on that question on that. That might have been place there. Right, so this is the graph, right? I recognize that. So it is defined between 1 and k. Anybody can tell me what that area under the graph is? How much is that? 1. So the area under that graph is 1. All you have to do is, what shape is that? A rectangle, right? Area of the rectangle equal to, and then make it equal to 1 and then solve for t. And then show that the probability more than 2 is 4%. 2013 number 4b.
I do. So the question hard, but yeah, right.
Which one had?
You would think if you don't know the sound. Don't know tell me what to.
Why we know to while it was one of the question on your phone, right?
Nah, it's not. We figure out the graph is together.
So area under the graph is 1, right? And how far is find area?
Rectangle.
Yeah,
From length by breadth.
right. Length by breadth is 1, right? What's the length? Okay, start with the breadth.
Breadth. Oh.
What's the breadth? The width. A fifth, nice. And what's the length? What's the length?
Oh, wow.
Sure, but then we know everything.
Oh, what are you so? We know also. We know shows.
What's the length?
That's a yellow. Fine.
Yeah, well, we figure out the length. The length is here, right?
Yeah.
So how you represent that?
6.
So if the whole thing here is t and here is 1, then this remaining piece here is what? K minus 1, right? K minus 1, right? And then work it out. K is how much? What I get for K? 6. K is 6.
So what's that? Say 5.
But wrong. So it's 6.
Length.
Well, yeah.
I say 5 length.
But then you know what it's K?
I was I'll watch it, but like this one.
Well, I should then. How big again?
I was like very good.
We have the length is 5. But that doesn't help you find K. If you have say what the length is 5, so I know what K is now, then I'll have to see okay, right? You know what you doing? Right, and since they know K, go and show that more than 2 is 4 fifths. Yeah, all. C as well. C is really part I'm interested in. Just he was looking nice too. P and me.
Oh, this. X.
Right, so I got K to be 6 when I work that out, right? So now that we know K is 6, we know K is 6, they want the probability more than 2. Let's pretend that is 2, they want this area here. Right? So that area will be 4 multiplied by 1/5. I got 4/5. That's it, right? Easy marks, right? That's all. Right? Multiply 4 by 1/5. And be done. Huh? It's a rectangle, this area here. It's a rectangle. We know the height and we know the width. Right, do part C now. Hurry up, do part C. Nikki, don't hurry up now.
Yes, sir. Now, so I basically.
2 minutes again. Hold on, Joseph, help more there now. What type of distribution we have here? Binomial. And what happens as the binomial gets too big? Take charge over. Go ahead, have fun. That fast. Quick. Are you done with one? What will one do it? Do it now, yes. Part 1, 2, and 3. You got a little answer online there. After the game today?
Yeah, this is last year.
Why? Because nobody was playing the game today.
No, I see.
But you went that game out there? But I said the last game is the second game. That's the game I want to see. But I went 1-0. I think it was close one. Right, I can start this up right here, right? So this distribution, X follows a binomial distribution, was n value 10. And the probability is 0.2. Okay, the probability is 0.2, and in part one, they want to find exactly 3 defective. So they want the probability of X is equal to 3. So that will be 10 CR, sorry, 10 C3 by 0.7 to the power 7 by 0.3 to the power of 3. Oh, sure, that's a 2, sorry. Right, how much you all got? 0. What? 201. Nice. The supplier expects a shipment of 500 tires.
You can put the
Ah,
you can talk about it.
well,
The very success that yeah.
right, so the supplier has 500 tires. How many of these tires are expected to be defective? Right, you multiply 500. You multiply 500 by 0.201. How much you got? 100.5. Write the exact value and round it off to 101, right? Multiply by. You want to find expected M by P. So, yes. Sorry, it's 0.2, so that should be exactly 100. Sorry, N by P. So next, you have a binomial that has to be converted into the normal distribution. In fact, 3, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
After.
using appropriate distribution, yes.
Right, I'm not tripping the whole count because like we
If you use appropriate distribution, what's binomial by too big.
you can't because like
So you have to convert it to normal and apply continuous correction.
gaslight.
Right? Excuse Jordan, sorry, this is right. Finish?
Oh yeah.
Finish.
Gaslight.
We'll take a little bit, all people will be enough time.
How can I also my phone to this situation?
Right, so X now follows a binomial with N 500 and the P 0.2. Problem too big, so we had to convert it into normal. Right, yeah, you have to tell them why, yeah? You're telling them that NP is greater than 5. Right? And NP and NQ as well. Right? Tell them that NP bigger than 5 and NQ bigger than 5. So we had to convert to normal. So X converts to normal. X converts to normal. N by P, I got 100. What is NPQ? 80. 80. Right, what do you ask us for? more than 90. X is more than 90. What's the first thing that we need to do there? Nathan, what's the first thing we need to do?
You know.
Tell them, yeah. Huh? We have to apply continuity, not check for. And tell them what would it be? What when they apply continuity correction? We are watching, yeah? Take one.
Probably, yeah, X greater than 40.5.
No.
No, 9, sorry. What you wrong for?
You will get the probability of what?
X greater than 90.
That correct, Olia? 90. The first value there is what? 91, right? So it should be 90.5.
It's more answer. Yeah, you see that.
So you'll end up with 90.5. Okay? Your first value is 91. Your first discrete value is 91. Right? So since the first discrete is 91, the smallest that will give you 91 is 90.5. Okay, finish the class. Nathan, be a good idea to finish it. Trouble down through it. Ashu's online. Anybody paying attention? Besides Devana, Keshav, are you there? Matthew?
So make him talk, make him talk.
Right. Keshav, your mind working on question out, please.
That is sure.
So, I guess I can get your topic class. So we can coach. Very good. It's looking. That's what I'm talking about. Sit on that. Very good.
Oh no, I thought that you were on something that's not that. Yeah, white folks. Yeah, I think that's still. Unless you unless.
Right? How much you all got? So of course you have to standardize, right? So the probability of Z is more than 90.5 minus 100 all over the square root of 8. That's the probability of Z is more than what? Minus what? Negative 1 point. Right? Which is the same as simply saying phi of 1.06. Right? Because remember, when it's more than negative, it's that big region there, right? What's the final answer? What's phi of 1.062? Put it in the table, tell me what you got. Keshav, what you got there, boy?
So check on some options. Is that round to 0.5 by 6?
Huh?
Use 0.6. 7.16.
I know, I listen to all you. What to do, 0.6 what?
No, ask it. See? And then you find your value.
So you round it off to 1.06?
Yeah.
It would just be a little off.
Like,
It would just be a little off, but generally you try to go as close to 3 decimal places as possible, because that's as far as they can read on the table. 3 decimal places? Yes, boy.
so now,
Must have that. Oh, yo, well, when I check the one you group, in the group,
yes, last of.
what's the final answer? 0.1.
For one.
1441. Right, let's go again. Let's see if we can squeeze in. Huh? No, it's mine. It's
Minus.
what? Remember, it's greater than a minus value. It's on the left side. So it's that whole big region there. So equivalent to just reading it off. Greater than that, same as. Right, Ollie, let me just look back at something here, right? Right, remember the value. I'm just removing it here because I cannot, what is happening there? Hold on, eh? I just want to remove this here. Right, watch this here, right? The value they asked us for was what? The probability of Z. The absolute probability of Z is more than minus 1.062. That value is this. The negative, right? So it's all the way here. That's all of this here. That value is equivalent to this value here. 1.062. So all you need to do to work out that probability is simply find phi of 1.062. No 1 minus. Just read that off. So therefore, what you got? It should be bigger than that, right? So you got 0.855, right? No 1 minus, right? Those two are equivalent because it's symmetric, right?
So that's my God. I didn't even know that.
Or set you up?
No, because you started right at 0.1114, and then you say, I thought you say it was this. And I changed it, right? Because it okay, no, you took it.
Kisha, buying guy nothing, boy.
Listen, all the you whole class, right?
Well, again, that thumbs up, I'm getting no answers. Alright, let Matthew send something there. You don't need a mic, Kisha, because that's what's happening.
The expected value of effective time, the 501 measure, right? So you see, we have.
Next, we start module 3, yeah? And then just finished. One of the mean and all that thing. One of the. Stop there, sun here. I didn't know it looks like bike charts. I assume you can do that. Right, last one, 2017. Did I share it in the group?
Yeah, I don't.
Did I share 2017 in the group? Did I share 2017 in the group? Somebody check in the group now.
Oh, I'm gonna check in.
You know what with this one check?
Last one.
What's the last one I said? I didn't send it. Alright. All right. That's not, give me 1 second, if I don't get one view stuff. Savannah, did your first class? Come in now saying that. And you got up 18 in any group. Canada group just in September. Alright, so I'm only interested in this part, I will start here, just write this down. Write this down, I am only interested in the part where you have to do something, right? Write this down, x follows a binomial. This is 2018, right? But I don't want to put it up there. X follows a binomial where n is n is 80, 80. When n is 80 and the p is 0.6 and p is 0.6. Find the probability that more than or equal x is more than or equal to 55. Right? Find the probability that x is more than or equal to 55. Oh yeah. We got that fast. Nicholas Ramsey. Okay. Greater than, hold on, question said more than 55. More than,
More than or more than equal to.
more than. It said more than 55. What you all got for the mean? And by P was what? 40? 8? And NPQ is what? Oh. 19.2?
Yeah.
NPQ, right? 19.2. And what do you want? Do you want the probability that X is more than or equal to? Sorry, more than 55. Right, so after you apply continuity correction, it becomes X is what? More than what, Nathan? The first value is 56. 55.5. Right?
Because you change the last one more. So I'm not doing
So not last one.
last one.
Last one.
Yeah, we need that.
So that'll be 55.5 minus 48 all over the square root of 19.2. So that's 1 minus 5 of whatever value you get here. What value was this here? 1.71. 1 minus it because it's more than, right? Positive. Straight from a calculator and you are done. Let me see somebody drop out there. Was it already? Alien send me anything and rather send me something. I'll take that. Is this here? What's that? Dina sent me anything. Savannah sent me something small. Sebastian nothing. Stefan nothing.
Say what's the word? Listen.
Huh?
What's the Basha word? Listen.
Yeah, so Sebastian. English B. English B.
Yeah.
How much you got here? 0.04352. Yeah.
I just get 40.
435. Okay, nice. All right. Next, we start module 3. Next day 2. Right, we start module 3. Module 3 ain't too bad, but it's a little more
Nice.
talented than that.